stage control, etc. to that, right? That's where that kind of playstyle is going to work a little bit better for you. But in the neutral game, it becomes very risky, and your opponent can make those adaptations much quicker. But
Heavy agree.
this is going to be a match where control of the pace is going to be everything. We've
Literally
got
the name of the
Trey
game.
5.
Like, actually, the whole entire point of both of these characters' toolkits.
Stay in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trey 5, always the grinder as a Steve, right? He will go to a lot of tournaments. He's got that great, you know, head-to-head experience, but Teaser, man, he will shut you down if you're not on top of things, and Trey said, I'm out. Oh, okay, Miss Fritz,
I go.
head out.
Yeah. I go where my people need me.
That's very unfortunate. Laughs aside, right? Very unfortunate start for Trey 5, especially as a Steve, where you want to make every stock last from a time perspective as long as possible so that you can continue to build those resources. And now, again, right?
Yeah.
Teaser's got the lead. He gets to control the pace.
Yes, and that is definitely going to be the name of this, or I'm sorry, the concept in this matchup is controlling the pace. Once the stocks are even, then, you know, we see a little bit more scrapping. But the stock goes in either, you know, character's favor, we see a lot more, you know, conditioning, a lot more alluding to approaches, not a lot of scrapping and boxing. More of kind of setup and how you get into the other person's brain.
Yeah. And for Trey right now, the name of the game, I mean, is just getting down against Samus, which is a tall order in and of itself, and not
so
dashing
close.
up quite far enough. You know, Trey just looks like a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, I think
at
so.
the start of this set.
The one SD definitely has them swinging uncharacteristically, I would say.
Yeah, a little bit, and just, you know, not quite able to find a point where they feel comfortable, although putting Teaser off stage does give you tons of time to mine because, I mean, it takes Samus forever to come back, but not able to seal out the stock just yet.
Okay, great. Definitely needed to get that stock off of the board. We saw a couple of punishes, you know, not necessarily reach the mark, or a suboptimal punishes, you know, not get the kill. Trey needed that, and they needed that very quickly because, you know, Teaser's not going to give you, you know, percent for free. You're going to have to work for it.
And, I mean, it's quite a bit to work for, although 2 diamonds on 1 stock, right? Got 1 stored up for the final stock and able to utilize it now, where Teaser has to give Trey 5 quite a bit of respect.
Oh, tried to jump instead of just shielding.
He's alive.
It did get shot. Oh! That was almost actually really smart because the hit lag from the craft table would have continued.
Extended, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
why I was surprised I didn't see Trey 5 do a get-up attack.
True, true.
Because that just always, you know, it's invincible until your attack comes out
Yeah.
for every character. But nonetheless, Trey 5 on that final stock does have the diamond in hand, and he can do all the mining he wants. I don't think that Teaser is particularly concerned, even though Iron comes in so huge in this matchup, because we've seen earlier that that minecart can stuff the charge shots.
Yeah. Does have some intangibility, I believe, on the first couple of frames, and then heavy armor afterwards, which is a ridiculously crazy
It is a ridiculously thing.
It's a ridiculously thing.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to think about when you talk about the design of a move. So definitely going to be a tool Trey wants to utilize, I think, a little bit more, but they're going to need the resources first, and Teaser has not let them have that chance yet.
And good recognition there by Teaser to not, like, overextend with his charge shots or anything as Trey bounced off the block. And, I mean, he has no iron right now, so at the ledge, he is but a mortal man.
Yep. Even gods can bleed, and I think we're cutting, cut him up. I see a lot of blood on the operating table right there. That's a mortal man. that look like a normal human to me.
Yeah, he is just simply a guy named Steve.
Just
wearing
simply
jeans and a t-shirt, man.
Lord Steve.
And, well, Teaser's got the power armor.
His Majesty Steve.
Your Majesty.
Your lugubriousness.
Your precious collection of invaluable gems.
Oh, thank you.
Precious metals. Well, Trey 5 getting game 2 on Northern Cave, where you're going to get stone all across the stage. A common misconception about PS2, by the way, is that the edges will give you iron. It's actually stone the whole way through on that stage.
Is it?
Yeah, which is interesting because it doesn't look like it should be that way, but it is. And on Northern Cave, it is clearly all stone. So Trey 5 will, once again, get to work with very good resources. Steve's love the stone layouts, and he's got that early damage up. Yep.
Okay, wow, the charge shot. Excellent, I think, kind of game plan from Teaser is that every charge shot doesn't necessarily have to hit or beat minecart. It just has to take care of it. So breaking the minecart is almost just as good, if not better in some situations, for Samus. And then, you know, putting Steve obviously in a terrible position, no minecart and a resource down. Well, never a bad thing.
I mean, as Samus, right, charge shot is not a finite resource, but iron is for Steve. And again, we see how much trouble Trey5 has coming out of the corner without any iron. And I mean, if I'm him, I want to spend as much time as possible if I go to the corner having at least one iron, but Teaser says you're going to have to think about that on your next stock. I can't believe that killed.
That killed on Northern, too. And I want to say it was good. Or not bad DI. I mean, it wasn't great DI, but it wasn't bad DI.
It wasn't the worst DI. That wasn't, you know, mom made dinner.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't, you know, lights on.
That was I can't turn off an online game DI.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it. I'm in a rush, but
can't pause it right now. Returns the favor. Who cares about the blast zones when that thing comes out? Up smash is ridiculously strong.
I can't believe how strong that move is. You actually get like the Mario 64 just.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about this character I still refuse to believe, even though I've seen with my own eyes.
We're all in denial a little bit.
Hey, man, I got some opinions. But I'm going to save him until this game is over as Teaser once again shoulder leans into Trey. Not enough for the kill quite yet, but it's getting there, man.
Again, you know, 114, no iron. Huge that Trey's been able to get back on stage, but he's got to get enough space to get a little bit of iron, and those blocks will do just that for him. Teaser just right under the block, though. He says, get back off.
Get off of me.
Get off of me.
Get off.
The famous
Get
line.
over here and get off of me.
Get off of me. The famous Mortal Kombat line.
Boston Scorpion.
Get
off of me.
My khakis and my khakis. Trey5, diamonds in hand. They are not only a woman's best friend, they are Trey5's best friend.
And they are forever. Dang, and these drive-by shootings, the minecart, not quite taking a stock yet.
And Trey just also has not been able to find sweet spots into anvils. He's been going for a lot of like footstool anvils to get Teaser, but unfortunately because of the tall frame, I think it might be messing up his timing a little bit that he just hasn't been able to buffer that combo perfectly.
Right. And I'm not sure how the invincibility frames on the beginning of Screw Attack work against that either. I'm not sure if it's like a completely true combo or if iframes can interrupt it. Either way, I haven't seen it work out quite yet. Minecart, though, is going to blast through like the garage door wasn't even open.
Just right through.
Just right through.
And he's got some gold, too, so 4 powered rail minecarts will be available to him. Make that 3. He does burn 1 to get some stage back, and this is not a big deficit for Diamond Tools Steve, but here comes Teaser with a little bit more.
Only got 1 iron, though, and it's in this matchup specifically, I always look at the iron resource. Every other resource is pretty much not even on the table, but the iron is something that makes the matchup because that means minecart is either a threat or it's not. And of course, if you don't have iron, that means they're going to go mine. And if they don't go mine, well, that means they're coming with minecart. So obviously, you can see the rock, paper, scissors for a Samus in this matchup. The iron is very, very important to keep track of.
Man, and Trey5 is just in an iron drought right now. He's in a part of that resource pyramid where he's just not getting what he needs. It's a lot of stone, but that's not what he needs right now.
Not what he
Up
needs.
throw? Yeah,
game.
Just game. Hey, it's done.
Wow. Well, I mean, uncharacteristic showing from Trey5. Unfortunately, it is Teaser. Respect on Teaser's name, but we have seen those two play at least to a Game 3 set. I think consistently over the course of their matches played. And correct me if I'm wrong. You know, would one of you watch this VOD or something? But
feels like it at least.
It did, but it did feel uncharacteristic. Dang. Music coming right at you. It did feel a little uncharacteristically struggle bus for our boy Trey. You know, like usually we see Trey kind of make that a little bit more confusing, a little bit more ambiguous as to who's gonna, you know, take a stock or take a game. But Teaser looked very dominant, and unfortunate, you know, for Trey, they did have a couple of flubs, couple mess ups. So, you know, maybe it's just not Trey day today. Maybe it's throw hole today.
It's throw hole day,
but
for sure.
You know, Trey, you know, we love you and come back home.
Nothing but love. for
because
Dre.
whoever just showed up to their set is not you. So come back home.
You're giving him the light pep talk.
Yeah, the
already.
light.
I don't know who that was playing up there, but I
don't know
promise
who
I'm
that
gonna come
was.
back. That was so raw, dude. I love that Light will talk all the mess in the world and then like back it up.
Oh yeah.
He's the epitome of like the. Like, it doesn't matter if other people think you're working hard. The only thing that matters is that I know that I'm working hard. I don't care if somebody else thinks I'm trying my hardest. As long as I know that I am, that's what's going to get me results.
Yeah.
And I love it when people have that mindset.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, you know, it's funny that you say that. I love that mindset because we don't often see it displayed to such a high intensity. You know, like we see it with our top players and maybe a couple of them. But at our locals, it's
and displayed on such a, you know, an honest level too. Where
Right.
You can just hard on his sleeve. You can see that he believes that.
Right.
And I think that's so cool. But what's also cool is more Smash Brothers. We'll be getting to that in just a minute after we go to a quick break to get a commentary swap. And then when we come back, Ultimate Shockwave 113 will continue. So don't go anywhere.
back at Shockwave 113. We have every week. I swear we have more out of towners.
Where are they coming from?
I don't know. Off of DFW Airport and straight to the
Dude,
weekly.
it's like a pilgrimage for like Smash players to come through DFW.
I'm pretty sure I saw someone in their luggage. Like they just brought it. Just
Fresh out of the plane.
Yeah.
They come fresh out of the plane and want a terrible time.
I mean, that's going to be Kevin tomorrow. Just straight off the tarmac,
dude.
right into round one.
Amarillo's is going straight into Freak, so like I'm just like, uh-oh.
But I'm excited for that, but also excited for this set right here with Rocky, the out-of-city Pac-Man against Grayson.
Yes, our man Grayson, the DFW Rob extraordinaire.